What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy JL. You dig what I'm saying? He who ascends. You feel what I'm saying? And we live straight with another video, man. Straight to a game. This ain't a reaction video. This is just some game for y'all, man. You know, a lot of my people who follow the red pill content, the manosphere content. You dig what I'm saying? We talk a lot about HVM men. You know, high value men. Now, let me give y'all the real. You feel what I'm saying? This for my brothers. Now, if you a man and you not in a position where you can float the bill, where you can take care of the big three expenses, in my opinion, you feel me? That's rent, that's transportation, and that's food. If you're not in a position where you can float the bill for them three main expenses for a female, you in no position to be demanding your woman or woman that you dealing with to be submissive to you. You dig what I'm saying, player? And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's like you not in a position where you can free her from her 9 to 5. You can't free her from the 9 to 5. So she got to go and work just like you. She got to go and get it from the mud just like you. So for you to expect for that woman to be doing more or to be doing extra on top of what she's doing in the marketplace at home is outrageous. You stretching that woman, far too thin. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, now that don't mean that y'all can't work together. Y'all can't collaborate. So if you building, if you got to build with a woman, right? Let me really get y'all to play on how you do 50-50, on how you build with a woman for real. If you want to build with a woman for real, let's say, let me give y'all just simple math, right? Let's say you a man and you got vision, you got a plan, you got a play. And mind you, that's a major key right there, is that you got a play, you got a vision, you got something that can make some money. Let's say you making 50,000, right? Let's say the girl you dealing with, your girlfriend, she making 50,000. Right. So together, net in annual income, y'all making $100,000. So if y'all together net making $100,000, the smart thing to do would be to live together off of one person's income. So you as the man, you float the bill. And what do I mean by that? You pay the major expenses. So Shawty was paying her, if Shawty has rent, a car note, she paying for her own food, you did what I'm saying? You cover that with your 50,000, right? So the money that you making is going to paying the rent, is going to paying the note for transportation or this, that, and the third, right? And making sure that food on the table. So if you float in that bill, then you free up her 50,000 and y'all using that money so that y'all can invest and leverage that based off of whatever plays you have, or if y'all got plays together, but y'all can now use that second income to invest such that you can run it up, hopefully maybe like another 20%, right? So you making an extra, let's just say half of 50,000. You see how y'all can run it up and make 25,000 annually. Now that 50,000 that she has is 75,000. You feel me? And y'all work that up to the point where you're able to double that 50 to 100,000. Now that annual net is $150,000. You dig what I'm saying? All of your basic expenses are being paid with the money you making annually. So the idea is to reduce your expenses to the point where one income can take care of the essentials. Operative word. Essential needs, not luxury, not expenses, not miscellaneous. Essential needs. So in order for this to work, in theory, it requires discipline. It requires two to agree, and then it requires plays that can actually return ROI, like a return on investment. You feel me? Now, you will take risks, but at least you know, and your shawty knows, even if we take risks and we lose on our investment, I know that I still got a roof over my head at least. I know that we still gonna have food to eat. And I know we still gonna be able to get to and fro from the house to the grocery store. We still got the car. You dig what I'm saying? Mind you, so that's 50-50 how you can actually build with your woman. Because there's no way you're gonna expect that woman to be subservient, submissive towards you in this way, that way. Go to work 8 hours, 40 hours a week, just like you, come home, cook, clean. And then if y'all got kids, that's going to add extra stress. The problem with a lot of people is that if they have a dual income, right? What if, let's say, two people making 50,000, 100,000 a year, what they do is they raise their expenses to the point where all of the money that they're making annually is going out. Over 50% of that income is going towards expenses. What sense does that make? What sense does that make? Especially if your goal is financial freedom, especially with the way the economy is fluctuating. We live in a free market economy, a consumer-based economy, capitalism, supply and demand. So inflation going up at 3%, damn near annually, if you will. So it's like, if you got inflation going up, cost of living going up, the cost of goods are going up, then it's like, what makes you think logically that having one income or pooling both of our incomes to keep up with the Joneses is like an effective or right way to go about trying to like get financial freedom? Folk got to be disciplined and stop worrying about what the next man got going on, what the next man doing. That's the way you act. That's the way you build. Now, you as a man, you got to have some kind of motion. You got to have some kind of financial motion going. Now, this could even work even if the woman is making more. Let's say the woman making $100,000. No, let me step back a little bit. Both parties are making 50,000. So that's like, let's just to make this quick math. Every month, that's a little over $4,000. Let's say this is before taxes, right? So you're retaining all that money. You're making let's just say, for easy math, you're making $4,000 a month. So that means every 2 weeks has 2 bands. If, like, you can figure out a play that can make you at least an extra $2,000 a month. Now that 4,000 is 6,000 a month. And if you can do that, let's say you double that 4,000 and you make that 8,000 a month, right? You feel me? So let's say with that 50,000 that you made, it took you a year to double that money and to make that $50,000. Now, if you're smart, you don't raise your lifestyle. You double up. Now you can begin to scale. So now you're making 8,000 roughly a month, right? So so if it took you a year to generate or to double that money from 50 to 100,000, now because you're making 100,000 a year because of your girl's freed income that you're using purely to invest, now it's only going to take you 6 months, theoretically speaking, in order to double that another 50,000 and be making 150,000. But if you're putting in that whole 8,000 into whatever play, you doubling at 100 to 200,000 within a shorter amount of time. Now again, that's just theory, and this is all this is just condensed in its simplest form. You can tweak this to your particular circumstance, to your particular scenario, but at the end of the day, this is the accurate way of going about building with a woman. And let's keep it real. In this day and age, collaboration, coming together, two's better than one. Even if you got the hustle and the drive and the ambition and the skill set to go out and get it on your own from the mud, how much time is it going to take you for real? And for my women, how much time is it going to take you when the clock is ticking? You got biological clocks. You feel me? Y'all lose over 50% of y'all eggs over the age of 30. There's a lot of things going on. And of course, God can do anything. But wisdom is looking at your circumstances, looking at your skill set, having an accurate assessment and view of yourself, the life in which you live, the circumstances to which you have to deal with and that you have to remedy and solve, and then figuring out the best possible way in order to navigate through that effectively, especially if you got goals. So it's like, that's the best way to go about that. Now, let me give y'all the converse. Let's say the woman is making more. Let's say the woman making $100,000 and the man only making 50. Now, a man doesn't need to be making more money in order to be a man or a leader of the household. Let that sink in. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, there's so many other things that make a man a man. Having vision, having purpose, being able to provide and protect, to secure a household. The things that a man can provide for, not only for his wife in terms of nurturing, because men are also two nurturers in a different way than women, but we also two nurturers, and in how they can provide a level of discipline and structure for kids in a way that a woman can't. So now if the woman is making 100,000, a man making 50,000, again, all her bills and things of that nature is already paid because she's making 6 figures. So it's like now that man's 50,000 can be used purely, freed up purely to invest. And it can work the same way. Now, in order for this to work, if two parties are making, I would say 50,000 or less, is that they have to reduce their expenses. You have to do that. You cannot be worried about what other people are doing, going on trips, spending money, things of that nature. It looks glamorous, but you're not really seeing the ramifications of what their financial choices are, the rifts is causing in the home. Because it don't make sense. What people do is that they raise their lifestyle to what it is that they're making annually, and even above that. What happens is people are making, let's say two parties are making $80,000 a year. So together they're making $160,000. They'll go get a 30-year mortgage on a house. That means you have to ensure that you're going to have job employment for the next 30 years. So y'all can't even talk about no investment. We got bills to pay. Matter of fact, the house that you go get is maybe like $350,000. And we're not even talking property tax, all of this extra stuff. And then if y'all get 2 cars, and then y'all immediately have children, my God, like that's not wise. If y'all trying to build, you talking about financial freedom, y'all not gonna have it if that's what you do immediately, because you just wanna keep up with the Joneses. Let's keep it real, no bullshit. That's really what it be. I'm trying to keep up and stunt with my partners and them and the people that I'm seeing on social media, and comparison and competition with people who ain't never gonna pay your bills, who ain't gonna do nothing for you if your castle come crashing down. As a man, if you come into a woman and you're not a top 1% earner, it don't make no sense for you to be trying to get this woman to do this or that when you ain't even in a position where you can financially tell this woman like, hey, look, baby girl, quit your job. You don't even got to work. Like, we good. If you can't do that, then don't regurgitate things you be hearing, the folk that are leading the red pill conversation, like Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels. And even for me, I listen to these dudes. I respect and agree with a lot of the things that they say. You dig what I'm talking about? But at the end of the day, I know that I'm not there yet. I'm growing and developing and working on myself to get to that place. I'm elevating on that dominance hierarchy, if you will. So so there's 2 options really for men specifically. Either you gonna build with a woman, and if you're gonna build with a woman, what I just laid out is a good method of going about building with somebody, because one, that woman is seeing that you putting your money where your mouth is at. So you already coming and saying, baby girl, look, them essential needs as far as livelihood goes, I'm gonna take care of that. Now the income you making, we're gonna use that in order to leverage our finances such that within the next like 1 to 3 years or 3 to 5 years, we're gonna be in a position where we don't ever gotta worry about no money again. And y'all are building trust. Y'all are working together. That's gonna have her wet. Cause especially if she start to see return on investment, my God, that's already gonna be like, damn, we get into it. And it's gonna motivate her to go work, because her work isn't to pay a bill. Her work is to financial liberation, because you taking care of the bare essentials. That's an option you can take as a man. If you really accurately looking at yourself and saying, bruh, like, I don't see myself really going out and making like, 5-10 million on my own. That's going to take a lot of time. Now, if you're making maybe, you know, 50,000, 75, 80,000 or whatever the case is, and you link up with another girl, even if she making 50 and you making 80, it still works. You see what I'm saying? As long as you're able to take her them 3 essentials, now y'all have a secondary income that you can leverage purely for financial freedom and gain, bro. That's how you build. That's how you build. You did what I'm saying? Or you go get it from the mud and you hustle and you grind as a man on the dolo, and you become a top, you become a top 10%, top 1% earner in America. That means you're earning over 40,000 and up. And if you're doing that, then hey, cool, you can go and just find you a shawty. And then, you know, she just fall in line. She's submissive because she don't gotta worry about nothing. So you can go and say, hey, babe, this is what I need you to do. Bop, 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 bada bing, bada boom. But if that ain't the case, my boy, and you opt in for building with a woman, that's how you accurately build. That's wisdom. You do what I'm saying? That's the game for y'all right there. You feel me? On how to accurately build if you're gonna build with a woman. Collaboration in this day and age, especially the way it's going now, is necessary, man. This government is strategically implementing strategies of division, of divisiveness. We got divestors. You know, there's too much bickering and separation between the black community. Black men, black women fighting with each other. Everybody looking and laughing, ha at us. Cause we don't know how to goddamn come together for real. We too worried about offense and what this person not doing. You know, he said, she said, you know. And it's just like, bruh, that shit ain't getting us nowhere. Peace, love, and purpose. We don't do happiness around here. You dig what I'm saying? Because happiness is fleeting. Till next time, y'all stay sturdy.